right there because I
Viene
can
de
see a
regreso.
sign just to the left, and she's reversing. She's reversing course and going back. Boy, that is unusual. Maybe because she saw there wasn't anywhere else for her to go. That looked like the 101 freeway right there, and now she's turning. Boy, now she doesn't know where she's going, definitely.
Yeah, one would imagine she doesn't really have a destination in this thing. There is a frontage road that does flank that 101, and that's the one that's got all those cars there at the big auto mall that comes down along the small box there from the screen. You can see earlier where she was driving on the sidewalk. And that was really endangering people, and you know, you see cars going through there. She's not banging the lights. Here, it's pretty empty, and you know, not to cast any aspersions on the auto mall, but as you know, the big three aren't doing so well, so maybe people aren't packing the auto mall as well now as they used to be. But she's going to be heading up into those areas, those roads on the you know, you get into Ventura County, the roads that flank the side, they have those big car dealerships, massive rows of dealerships of cars that are parked out there, and that's before you get to the Camarillo Town Center and all the outlet malls.
Now, for those of you who can see the split screen right here, on the left side of the screen, that's a video from earlier today. That was in the Los Feliz area, also Echo Park area, where she had bailed out off of it 5, which she had been on for a while, driving real fast, and then got onto the side streets, and that's when it was real dangerous. She came real close to clipping on her right-hand side. Look at that, clipping that car over there on the right-hand shoulder. And now we see on the right-hand side of the screen, that's where she is right now, getting into some traffic here. At least she is slow.
There's a great deal of afternoon rush hour traffic, and amazing. Where are we already, Austin, baby? They can't make it through that intersection right now. They're going extremely slow, and there's lots of traffic. Here she comes up.
Para una legislación que favorece a la industria.
Para apagar las llamas de miles y miles de llantas que ardían sin control.
Past it, but maybe she's thinking that she's going to get back on it right there and come back south on the 101 perhaps. That's the only thing I can tell right now from where she is here. There's Rose Avenue. Okay, we're just hearing now that she's headed north on Rose Avenue, and then there's the freeway right there. So she just crossed over the 101 freeway, bypassed the 101 freeway, and she's now on Rose Avenue. That's the best that I can tell you right now where she is.
And she just passed St. John's Hospital in Oxnard, obviously making a decision right there not to get onto the 101. Maybe she realizes it's now 10 minutes past 5. She actually had some luck when she was on the highway before that she didn't get stuck in traffic. I mean, how often does that happen? But she didn't. But maybe now she realizes if she gets back on the highway, she will get stuck in traffic, and then there will be no way out. So maybe her decision now is to just stay on the streets, on the surface streets, and try to just hopefully outrun police, which of course we know never happens. But maybe that's her thinking right now.
Auto Mall Center Drive is somewhere up in front of her here. Whether or not she turns onto it is another story, and that's the one I was talking about that flanks the side of the roadway, that has all those cars that are parked there and all the auto dealerships. Number of big furniture stores there as well. You see a bunch of the warehouses for some of the furniture stores that you know and love that are downtown. But that's what she's approaching, even as we speak, and even as the CHP Taylor.
And some of the other streets in that area would probably be that people might know would be like Johnston Drive, and then obviously also Oxnard Drive, close to the area where she is right now. But you know, Leila, you were saying earlier about the traffic that she may hit if she takes the 101 freeway, and I think that would be true in the case that these people think clearly and lucidly, but she does not seem to be in the right state of mind based on what we've seen her do so much. Maybe she just bypassed the 101. She doesn't want to go that way. Instead, now she's approaching Metro Avenue is what the best that we can tell people about where she's headed.
You know, Ginger, I think right now she's approaching Central Avenue. Yeah, Central Avenue on Rose. Also approaching the Moore Park area and the 126. Now, when she decided not to go onto the 101, perhaps because she is deciding that at 12 minutes past 5, there's no way she's going to get as lucky as she did when she was recently on the highway and avoided traffic. And she doesn't want to have to get into a situation where she just does not have any more road to go on and traffic's at a standstill. But are there any other highways upcoming where she can have that potential, have the decision again to either bail and get back on the highway or stay on the surface streets?
Well, one thing is that Rose ends at the 118, so she could take the 118, which would be an open stretch of highway for her. She may be familiar with that. That'll help her get back to the Palmdale area, or that 126 would probably not be very heavily traveled at this time, so she does have some options, that's for sure. And look as she's approaching this intersection.
And Ginger, sorry to interrupt you, but right now what we're showing you is a still shot of the suspect. We have been seeing close-ups of her, but here's the first one we're actually seeing it very still. A white woman appears to have long blonde hair. She's wearing some kind of a white tank top. And the behavior, completely erratic. At one point we saw her lighting up a cigarette. We saw her fishing around in her purse trying to get a light. Then we saw her smoking that cigarette as if she was just out on a nice leisurely drive, one arm on the steering wheel, one arm, obviously holding a cigarette. And then at one point we saw her